announcing plans without how to implement them. Financial Times of London tells Tinubu. This one a new update. Okay, so the Financial Times of London has told Tinubu to stop announcing plans when there's no strategy of how to implement them. I'm sure that is part of the reason we're having an economic downturn. Okay, when you say something and you are not able to implement it, it becomes a problem, and you'll be held accountable for what you have said. One thing some of these leaders don't understand is because of their position, any statement they make has a way of positively or negatively impacting on the economy almost immediately. But they don't know. They don't know. And that is how terrible the situation is. You can't just be making statements without, being sure of what you are saying. Okay, so let's dive into the details of what Financial Times of London is trying to tell Tinubu out here. The London-based Financial Times has advised President Bola Tinubu to stop announcing plans without idea of how to implement them. In a recent editorial, the publication argued that the president's policies should be well spelled out. Can you imagine? This is somebody that is going around the world trying to woo investors to Nigeria, saying that he's getting investors. And now, look at what foreign financial institutions are talking about. He said, although President Tinubu started well by removing fuel subsidy and moving forward a market-driven exchange, events in the past 4 months show that more work has to be done. You see, so they're praising him for removing fuel subsidy and also for, for floating the exchange rate. It's impacting on us. There's nothing good about those things that he has implemented. He should spell out his policies to a skeptical public. He should also refrain from announcing plans, including the restoration of democracy in Niger, without any real idea of how to implement them. Execution is key. Only 4 months into his presidency, what started out with a bang risk becoming a whimper. Tinubu needs to regain the momentum. Can you imagine? So they have even included the issue of Niger Republic. As the ECOWAS chairman, when the coup took place at Niger, he quickly swung into a statement saying they will, invade Niger with ECOWAS army or ECOWAS military force to restore democracy in Niger. Meanwhile, the guy has faced the highest level of resistance from Niger, Burkina Faso, Mali, and Guinea. Okay, and saying if he invades Niger, they will take it as an act of war and they are ready to fight back. And because of that, Niger is fully prepared to fight. They have even invited the Wagner PCM group of Russia to support them, including Algeria is also behind them. And so with the threats on ground, ECOWAS is lost. They don't know where to start from. Now, they don't know whether they have to go and beg that man or not. But the situation now shows that they've lost control and they're obviously not going back to the Niger issue again. I'm sure they have put that in the cooler. After the initial gra, they are tired. They have left that situation the way it is for now. Let's move forward. Okay, in removing costly fuel subsidy and in shifting towards a market-driven exchange rate, which has sharply weakened a previously overvalued currency, he has, gone some way towards persuading investors. He is serious about reform, but 4 months into his presidency, there are signs of things going awry. It said, Abi, things are going the other way. The editorial noted that the removal of Godwin Emefiele, the former governor of Central Bank of Nigeria, raised eyebrows due to his unconventional nature, giving the impression of political reprisal. The removal of Godwin Emefiele, the previous governor, was overdue, but his manner, initially via a charge of firearms possession, was odd and smacked of political revenge. More substantively, The new exchange rate regime has yet to be properly explained, the report said. The guy no get direction now, not be here. On how the new CBN management can stabilize the financial system, the report said the new CBN leadership will most likely increase the interest rate to curb inflation. Markets consider Cardoso, a former Citibank Nigerian chair, to be a sound appointment. The same cannot be said of all of Tinubu's picks. The incoming governor will probably need to raise rates at the next policy meeting to establish his inflation-busting credentials. Tinubu must restore institutional independence by leaving the bank to get on with his job. In other words, the president needs to be more active and more articulate, the report said. So, London-based Financial Times has advised President Bola Tinubu to stop announcing plans without idea of how to implement them. In a recent editorial, the publication argued that the president's policy should be well spelled out. Exactly. So, those are the things that the Financial Times of London is trying to tell Tinubu to be sensitive about and should stop announcing things before they're implemented or without having a concrete plan or strategy on how to implement such things. So those are the reports. Let's see what is coming from a few individuals. People have commented on it. Okay, people have commented on it. One Adekule Ebola is saying Adekunle Ebola Shogodele Uguleye Bola. Can you imagine? Ahmed is looking for who will tell him, well done. He is still dreaming that he is a president, not knowing he's somebody is just trying to finish him here because it's not looking, his presidency is struggling to be legitimized. Somebody said this warning is coming from the UK. The shameless people who are supporting Mrs. Certificate Forger. Okay, Ahmed Tinubu, the first female president of Nigeria, should take note. Can you imagine? Hey, these people don't they fire people just they right. You know, without even maintaining certain decorum. I think we need to watch what we are writing. So the British government are benefiting from oil subsidy secretly, so they will not let go easily. They will team up with Nigeria oil looters to frustrate every government move home and abroad. Forget about foreign slogan of the West. They are fully behind Northerners ruling Nigeria. Americans and Arabs world too is backing them. So their interest is always enhanced with Northern ruling us. For Nigeria to develop, we need to smartly avoid a systematically smartly avoid or systematically repackage the one chance boss called democracy. Now, wow, see wetin the illiterate man sabi before. He thinks say na agbado, beans, ewa, cassava. Nah, Times London should shut up. This is how they create problems, okay, everywhere in Africa. And some ignorant Nigerians will be praising them. Can a certificate forger know how to govern a country? It's not possible. Now, wow, the guy has proven that he does not have a clue of how to run this system. And that is why people are blasting him here. So thank you for listening. And let's have your comment. This is warning coming to Tinubu from Financial Times of London.